Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about Trump and something that he is reported to have said. And we'll talk about Romney as well, because the two things go together. They share an attitude. And we will talk about entitlement. We'll talk about that term and what it is. Okay, so what did Trump reportedly say? When you are a Democrat, you start off essentially at 40% because you have civil service, you have the unions, you have welfare. And don't underestimate welfare. They get welfare to vote. Man. All I could hear when reading that the first time was President Obama rapping, talking about being 47% through beating Mitt Romney. Do y'all remember that? Romney said, all right, there are 47% who are with him, talking about President Obama, who are dependent on government, who believe that they are victims, who believe the government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they are entitled to health care, to food, to housing, to you name it. That's an entitlement. I don't think that that's entitlement. Feeling that, the government should ensure food, healthcare, and housing, shelter, things that we give to POWs. Yeah, I don't think that that's really having a huge sense of entitlement. Not at all. I'll say it. I think people should have food, shelter, and healthcare. It's the same attitude running through both of them. Running through both of those statements. It's the same attitude. And that attitude is an attitude of entitlement. Believing that you are entitled to sit in the highest office in the land and do absolutely nothing for those people who are struggling the most. That is a sense of entitlement. The idea that gets used here, and it's been very present in the Republican Party for a long time, is that doing things for your constituents, the people that you're supposed to represent, that doing those things, that's buying votes. That's the idea. And that's what Trump was getting at too when he said they get welfare to vote. Buying votes. Because the government did a thing to help the constituents. If you are part of a representative democracy, which is what our republic is, you're supposed to represent the interests of the people who elected you. That's your job. So doing things for them is literally your job. Your job isn't to rule over them. I know that there's been a lot of confusion about that lately. If you feel that you are entitled to be President of the United States, but you don't feel that you have to do anything for those who are struggling, let me tell you something. Those people who need food, shelter, stuff like that, I've never met any of them that have a sense of entitlement. If you feel that they're only use to you, that their only purpose, That the only reason you have to care about them as a politician is to use them to kick down at, so you can make the people who are doing a little bit better than them feel better about themselves and therefore support you, you are entitled. The attitude of entitlement is not something that exists among a whole lot of people who are, living in poverty or don't have homes. That's not where you find entitlement. One of the ideas of this country was to make it better for everybody. Didn't get it right. Wasn't even close in the beginning. But that was the general idea. This attitude of politicians saying that they don't have to do anything for you, that's them being entitled. They feel entitled to your obedience. They don't have to earn it. They don't have to do anything for you. You already bought the red hat. Politicians are supposed to work for you. They're supposed to represent you. You'll see more of this in the lead up to the election. You'll see more politicians try to cast Biden's efforts at student debt relief or lowering the cost of insulin or any of the other things that he's done as far as things that are aimed at those who need help. You will see Republicans try to cast that as buying votes rather than him simply doing his job, which is what it is. That's his job. His job is to, it's to increase the well-being of the people in this country. That's what he's supposed to do. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.